There are people dying all across America from cancer. Millions of dollars are being donated in the name of curing cancer, too. And this cancer problem is costing Americans millions or even billions of dollars. But the ironic part is the actual cause of cancer is going on right before us, and there isn't much outcry. Herbicides are cancer-causing toxins which are completely unnecessary, especially with the invention of the lawnmower, the weed whacker, chainsaw, hedge clipper, hog mower. But despite the billions of dollars lost over cancer patients, herbicides are still being poured everywhere on the main roads by power companies as an alternative to the lawnmower and weed whacker, etc. And you want to know why? Because the CEOs of these power companies apparently believe it costs a few dollars less to pollute the earth and pour chemicals everywhere and allow it to get into our water and hurt the environment and animals and fish and cause cancer and all the money lost associated with that, and then it is to pay a few extra bucks and have it mowed. Wow. Well, you want to know what the cure is? The big cure? Stop manufacturing, selling, and using herbicides. This is insane foolishness of the highest order. Everywhere we turn, there's all these people calling for, saving the earth, recycle, go green, this and that. And then here's these guys pouring toxic waste into an environmentally sensitive area. Let's just take a look at where this is. This is an environmentally sensitive area. I was driving through it. This is not some Rust Belt deforested, polluted area. It's one of our last forested areas in Florida. And these people, they did this for a few days, including here on days when it rained, and it washed it into the water supply and into our food chain, and it eventually pollutes the springs too. We're supposed to be protecting those. Okay, so a couple days later, I went back, and you're looking at the footage now, when I went back to one of the spots where they sprayed to take a look. And as you can see, this is a unique place because it's one of our last forested areas. They're disappearing fast all over the world. This should be protected, not polluted. And you see there's ponds and swamps just behind this road here. And that stuff got, they poured it, it got into the water, probably killed all the frogs back there, at least right where they sprayed. This is all in the name of saving a few bucks, because it takes less time for Mexicans to hose on toxins and let plants die than it does to have them come out there with chainsaws. You've got to be kidding me. And it's not saving money. It's costing money. People are dying of cancer, and that's costing money. The power company poured this crap all over the side of the road here, as shown. And all the footage you've seen was taken in May of 2016. They don't do it on every road, but they do it on the main roads in rural areas. To their credit, I don't see them doing it in neighborhoods, but I don't drive into all the neighborhoods. Anyway, at the end of May, I received this newsletter, though, which they mail out, and they mail it to everyone, which it completely blew me away, because at the same time they were doing this herbicide thing, they also held an event where donors donated over $12,000 to the American Cancer Society, which was a complete waste of money. Giving money to the Rockefeller American Cancer Society isn't going to stop cancer. Okay, they're just giving money back to the ultra-rich, the people that are screwing everything up. What's going to stop cancer is stopping the sale, distribution, and use of herbicides. There's other things that cause cancer, I understand that, but this is one of them. And especially this overwhelmingly heavy use of herbicides by this and other similar power companies. Maybe instead of giving money to the scam organization, which does nothing to cure cancer, they should instead hire people to go out there, because people need jobs. They can go out there and do the landscaping instead of taking the lazy way out. And that brings me to the next subject. In the same town of Trenton, Florida, just a few days after this herbicide application event, the county road department went out there and tore up the road and repaved it, and you can see at the end of where they were doing the work, you can see the herbicides that were sprayed. So the point I'm making is, they always say, oh, well, at least it's giving the workers jobs. Yeah, it's unnecessary. The road, there was nothing wrong with the pavement, but it's good. They're giving people jobs. Okay, well, since we're doing unnecessary work and give people jobs, why don't we give people jobs when it is necessary and have them come out there and cut down the vines and trees and stuff instead of using herbicides? How ironic that this happened on the same road where they're wasting money repaving the road when there was nothing wrong with it. This toxic waste doesn't go away. It goes into the roots of the trees, it goes into the soil, it goes into the water, and then when the tree decays, it goes back into the soil again, when usually decaying trees are supposed to be the best soil. So, if we want to give people jobs, how about hiring them to keep the brush cleared out of the way, instead of pouring cancer-causing toxic waste along the main roads and polluting the country for the future generations. This is laziness, and the people who are going to pay are the future generations. It's bad enough this company forces people to have smart meters on their homes. Chemotherapy and radiation not only have very low cure rates, but they actually kill healthy cells and often make cancer worse. And people always end up dying when they get it. It's a giant scam. John D. Rockefeller started the American Cancer Society in 1913 as a money-making scam. Many real cancer treatments that cost little to nothing have been suppressed by this Rockefeller crime ring, but the average dummy just wants to stick with whatever's mainstream, and they give their money to these crooks instead of independent natural doctors, because of course those doctors are far and few because they're getting murdered. Herbicides cause more problems than just cancer, though. They cause leukemia, kidney damage, autism, DNA damage, miscarriages, Parkinson's disease, birth defects, and other problems. Just look at what the stuff did to those trees in this footage here. Even small amounts of glyphosate and other herbicides are very deadly to frogs. I shouldn't have to make this video. This is common sense. In the year 2016, we should not be doing this. And even if there's not people living in those woods there, and there are further back, but this stuff shouldn't be introduced into our environment. It's bad for the environment, it's bad for the animals. It gets back into our water. And especially shouldn't be introduced in the name of saving money, when it's only temporarily saving a few bucks and very, very few, and then it costs far more for society in the long run. God created the earth good, the Bible says, and men have been destroying it ever since they came here and kicked out the Native Americans who actually took care of the planet properly. Corporations have been destroying this country's ecosystem for years, and this is simply another example of that. Actually, a small example compared to some of the other things going on and that have happened. In fact, I'm going to end the video now because I've got bigger fish to fry. It's the children who will end up paying for these kinds of foolish mistakes, and I put that in quotes. These aren't mistakes. This is stupidity.